Hey, what's happening, guys? Welcome to my review of the Amazing Spider-Man 2, the video game. First 15 minutes from the actual game, some great gameplay footage right here. This will be a review, which of course will be done as we see the gameplay itself. We will see what's here, we will see what's great about it, we will see the flaws, and we will make the final verdict. Now, if you still haven't seen my review of the walkthrough trailer, check it out down below. And first of all, of course, this is the version for Xbox 360. It's not PS4 or Xbox One, as you can see, as you will be able to see later on. Of course, here is human hero or superhero difficulties. Hopefully, this superhero mode will actually offer something really challenging, because in the previous game it was it was quite easy even on the hardest mode. I beat the game in few hours, so without of course collecting all this stuff and additional missions. So we're starting with of course the prologue mission. For some unknown reason the game starts with the whole story with the death of Uncle Ben, which is of course the scene from the first film, done a little bit different. Well, Xbox 360, pretty good I guess for graphics, even though some anti-aliasing would be really great. Of course, we've got Peter Parker in his outfit. For some unknown reason he will have this same outfit during the whole game. So now...
Hey, somebody stop that guy! He just robbed me! Hey kid, a little help?
Not my problem.
So now we need to reach the subway station and pay attention to the overall tone, the colors. Perhaps the Xbox 360 version, for some reason it feels a little bit too dark, you know. Not sure about the brightness settings in this video, you know, in this gameplay footage, but it looks quite dark here. I can barely see anything. And of course now we need to inspect the gunshots location. The lights and the reflections, of course, is something, you know, pay attention to all the reflections in the city, something we should be expected, you know. I mean, it's 2014. So these are pretty much the Xbox 360 graphics, the best it can get for the previous generation consoles.
Call an ambulance! Somebody help! Uncle Ben! Uncle Ben, hang on! Uncle Ben! Come on! No! Come on! Uncle Ben was my rock in a world where I couldn't count on anything. A world where my parents disappeared. Where a genetically modified spider bite turned me into something new. But now, Uncle Ben was gone. For his memory, for Aunt May, to make up for not stopping his killer when I should have, I had to become a man. Spider-Man. And I've done some good, put away a lot of bad guys. But I haven't found the man who killed Uncle Ben. Just one more empty space in a life full of them.
Now this should have been in the first game. Why? I mean, the flashback scenes, the prologue, this would really fit well in the previous game, you know. But regardless, we do know that this game is focusing around finding Uncle Ben's killer, and it was mentioned that he might be not really a human but a creature. We still don't know what they talk about, what does it really mean. Is he Cletus Cassidy, you know, or not, or is he somebody else? We'll find out, of course, in the actual game. Now, use your web pool ability to disarm enemies, pretty good stuff. I really enjoyed disarming enemies this way in Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 PS1 game, Enter Electro.
The man who killed Uncle Ben is out there somewhere. And I will find him.
There was a moment when you could disarm the Hammerhead. Really cool feature overall for a Spider-Man game.
I'll never stop looking for Uncle Ben's killer. Never.
The improved web swinging, definitely great thing about this game. It's a manual web swinging Feels way more realistic. You have to use both triggers to web swing, and the webs actually attached to the buildings. And the web swinging animation, as I mentioned in my walkthrough trailer breakdown, is a lot better than what we've seen in the previous game, while the other animations like Spider-Man walking, Spider-Man, you know, fighting, and the model itself of Spidey is very similar to what we've seen in the previous game.
That fits the description of the guy who shot Uncle Ben. I better check it out.
Seems that some things were even reused in this game, some animations, and the city is, if not twice as you know, as big as in the first game, which is a great improvement they went with the you see, they went with the sandbox style, more of a sandbox style game. It's basically Spider-Man in a GTA world now. What I mean by that is that you don't have to swing to a mission and the mission starts, you go to a different teleport to a different location. No. It's an open world, open location, so you don't really teleport to somewhere when you start a story mission. Now here you can clearly see what I meant earlier on, the brightness. Kinda, well, of course you can change the brightness, but the overall tone.
The ringleader looks like the guy who killed Uncle Ben, but I'm not sure. I need to get some pictures of him. Let's get a good look at this.
The improved spider sense. The white spider sense means that you have to dodge attacks from the far distance. And the red spider sense means that you are in danger in terms of close combat.
Glad I trusted my instincts.
Boobs are here, I mean Black Cat. The combat is improved. There are more, as we know by now, more, you know, combos, more web attacks. The web arsenal is pretty huge, and the camera seems to behave a little bit better than it did in the first game, which is of course a great improvement. And still, it really bugs me, the lightning overall. So the combat is really great, and kinda great. Oh shit, a guy just disappeared in a wall. I mean, I take my words back. No, of course, a glitch, such glitch shouldn't really affect the game. Well, in terms of immersion, it might affect the game. You kind of feel like, oh, Spider-Man really great, and then a guy disappears in a freaking wall. But every single game has a glitch. So definitely more combos, more web attacks, and this was the red spider sense I was talking about. And the web swinging looks a lot better. It feels a lot better. It's a manual web swinging. As for everything else, graphics could have been a little bit better. It's an Xbox 360 version, but I've played the games on Xbox 360 which had far better graphics. And considering that this game was supposed to be a game for the previous generation, still not for PS4 or Xbox One, it's a little bit disappointing. So overall, you know, web swinging, as I mentioned, great. More combos, bigger city, more of a sandbox style game, and of course it does have this sort of RPG feel, because you will see later on in this gameplay footage, you can choose the dialogue options, which of course means that perhaps some dialogue options might actually affect the story. You know, you choose this line and you have a different story turn, or maybe even the ending. And of course there's this hero or mana system. If you ignore the missions, the side missions, Jameson will talk shit about you, and he will send the Oscorp robots, drones, to kill you. So being a bad guy in this game doesn't really pay off at all, unless you really enjoy being a baddie. But then again, you shouldn't really play a Spider-Man game if you want to be a baddie. You go to play Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas or Fallout, you know, for a karma, where you actually kill someone and then you'll see really some tough consequences later on. So dialogue options are pretty good. We will see them later on during the you know, during the mission with the Shocker, who's not really Shocker, he's just German Schultz. And that's where we're actually going right now. Get to the location of the arms deal. That's cool. Web Rush is back. We knew it. Looks just like in the previous game. Well, you can't improve this thing, it's great as it is, really. Wall run, pretty classic stuff there.
Gotta head to that construction site if I'm gonna find this Herman Schultz guy.
Well, come on, now check out the brightness. I have to mention once again, I can't see anything. Is this way more realistic approach they were talking about? Making a game that you barely can see stuff, you know, around you? I think it will require some time to learn actually how to manual web swing. I mean, I had really tough times in Spider-Man 2 PS2 version with the manual web swinging. You will have to play a little bit before you will get used to it. Of course, we found the Herman Schultz was not Shaker yet. Well, not yet.
You mean us? Surrender the guns and maybe you live. Come get them, punks!
How about I take the guns? I don't think you guys are qualified to use them responsibly.
These are ours now!
I hear different things about
Well, too bad in this... Oh my, nobody noticed me, really? Nobody noticed Spidey, really? This is some great stuff, reminds me of Arkham games. You can see enemies through the walls, basically. Well, that's not the stealth mode they were praising during the walkthrough trailer, really. Too bad we don't see Spidey being really stealthy here, taking all the enemies one by one. Sort of Spider-Man noir.
You're impressed. We're all better off if no one gets their hands on that ammo.
Well, that's what I've been talking about. Pay attention the way Spidey runs.
If I focus,
The
maybe I can sense where the
animation,
ammo crates are.
it's basically exactly the same as we've seen in the previous game, and Spider-Man probably is a little bit too skinny. Check out his body, you know, a guy is like...
A lot nicer now. The toilets have
He was skinny in the previous game, and he's quite skinny here, way too skinny for Spidey. But I guess that's alright.
two down.
Well, unfortunately, we don't really see the web arsenal really that much in this footage. There were supposed to be like lots of new web attacks, perhaps they are not unlocked yet. I mean, this is the prologue and the mission following the prologue, so first 15 minutes you don't really expect all the attacks and all the combos yet.
This is why they never invite me to gang wars. I ruin all their fun.
Spidey's like on drugs, man, the way he moves.
Your goon said you were ugly, but whoa! He was being charitable.
Think you can take me, huh, freak? Well, I'm not gonna make it easy for you.
Yeah, too bad the guy doesn't have his gauntlets yet. It's Herman Schultz, he's not Shaker yet. But probably he will become Shaker.
Oh, come on! All your friends did.
You just buy yourself a ticket to
And here's the web pool.
Oh no! I'm so scared! Now
Web pool to disarm, really great stuff here.
I'll be a criminal,
Things like
you
this
said.
can actually make this game really enjoyable. And that's it. The great Herman Schultz is defeated. Well, that's pretty much it, guys. Of course, here we'll see the dialogue options I've been talking about. We'll see. Need to play the game, of course. You can judge stuff from these 15 minutes. You know, can you make some... you can't really make a verdict yet. Of course, my review will come out after I'll play the actual game. There is some improvements. Some stuff isn't really that great. The brightness, the animations used from the previous game. Sometimes textures looks like textures from a game which was released back in 2000. Very low resolution textures, but it's still Xbox 360, and I do expect better graphics for a PC version and of course for PS4 and Xbox 360. Let's find out, let's get the game, let's play it. As for now, let me know what you guys think, and I'm off for now.